It was an ordinary morning, when dozens of heavily armed SWAT officers arrived at a house. With a few powerful strikes from a battering ram, they easily broke through the door. Their target was the boy lying in bed. The officer in charge handed the search warrant to the man and proceeded to the boy's room. The father, shouting from outside the door, asked how his son could possibly be a murderer. The officer warned him not to obstruct the law, or he too would be arrested. The father believed his son was innocent, but he knew this wasn't the time to argue about right or wrong. So, he told his son to cooperate with the police. The officers then led Jimmy to a police car. Jimmy was taken to a solitary holding cell. Shortly afterward, Bass, the officer in charge, approached the parents and informed them that the police would provide a free attorney for Jimmy. Bass explained that the lawyer was not affiliated with the police and that their sole responsibility was to protect Jimmy's rights. He also added that Jimmy had requested his father to be his designated legal guardian during the process since Jimmy was still a minor. The father agreed without hesitation, stating that his son had always insisted he was innocent. Bass left the room, and the daughter, concerned, asked what would happen next. The mother reassured her, saying it was just a misunderstanding and that they must have made a mistake. At that moment, the lawyer appointed by the police arrived and began to ask the family for details about the situation. The parents complained about the rough way the police had handled the arrest. The lawyer explained that such aggressive tactics were only used in cases involving violent deaths, indicating that Jimmy was involved in something more serious than a simple murder case. However, the lawyer comforted them, saying that they didn't know what evidence the police had, and there might still be a breakthrough in Jimmy's favor. The police then began to collect data from Jimmy. The lawyer entered the medical office, introduced himself, and after taking photos, proceeded with fingerprint sampling. Thankfully, the lawyer had reminded Jimmy about his rights, or the young boy might have fallen into a carefully laid trap by the authorities. After the sampling process was completed, the lawyer and Jimmy's parents went to a meeting room. The lawyer needed to speak with Jimmy and inform him of what to expect during the interrogation. Rather than diving straight into the legal details, the lawyer asked Jimmy about his favorite subject. Jimmy answered fluently, mentioning that he loved history and even naming his favorite historical figures and events. The lawyer saw that Jimmy was a bright child. At that point, the father reaffirmed that his son couldn't possibly be a murderer. The lawyer assured them that no matter what had happened, he was on Jimmy's side. His duty was to fight for the defendant's rights and to ensure they got everything they were entitled to. He then advised Jimmy to answer every police question with no comment. After giving his instructions, the lawyer said he would check on the preparations for the interrogation